Good morning. Welcome to 3 Minutes on Markets and Money. We're going to go through some stocks that we're watching right now, particularly the ones in our portfolio. But yesterday, the markets did bounce right off the 50-day moving average. Just really came right into a hair's breadth of that yesterday. Saw a nice bounce. Of course, markets looking to open a little bit weak this morning. We'll see if we get some follow through or not. But again, this is pretty much continuing to play out exactly as we've seen here over the last several months. You know, a bounce off this market, rallies about 3 weeks, get a retest of the 50-day moving average. That pattern has become extremely predictable. Algorithms pretty much driving this market right now. The big risk, of course, is a violation of that 50-day moving average that triggers those algorithms into selling. But again, yesterday, of course, Apple announcing their big investor day. Yesterday, Apple announced that, well, they had their big investor product release day, and pretty much underwhelming for the most part. Apple iPhone 12 and 13 basically announced to be the same price. So yeah, well, you're getting a better phone, you're paying the same price for it. See, absolutely no inflation. But Apple really has been under a good bit of pressure lately. That report yesterday helped support the market a little bit, holding here at the 50-day moving average, just really like the markets as well. In fact, Apple is, of course, one of the major components of the S&P 500, so goes Apple, so goes the market. Apple here under pressure along with the market, getting a little bit of a bounce yesterday. We're going to be watching Apple very closely to see if we can hold this 50-day moving average. A violation of that 50-day moving average, there's not a lot of support back to the 200-day moving average. So if you're long Apple, it's worth paying attention to in your portfolio right now. Netflix, of course, also like Apple. After a very, very strong run in Netflix here earlier this month, we've seen a bit of a correction with it also, kind of corresponding with this recent sell-off in the markets. Not near the 50-day moving average, and that's one of the bigger concerns here. This big spike in Netflix really leaves it open to a larger decline. If we do violate the 20-day moving average, we do get a decline back to 542 or potentially even the 200-day moving average at 525. So again, there is a good bit of downside here to Netflix. Netflix is getting fairly oversold here, sell signal in place, but again, we're going to be watching this as well. In the market bounces here, likely we're going to see the FAANG stocks continue to kind of drive the overall market. Which brings us to Microsoft, which is really the one animal that has really kind of defied the rest of the market, despite the fact it had a very minimal sell-off here. Yesterday, very large jump in Microsoft. Microsoft continues to really kind of lead the charge in the markets over the last several months, continues to really elevate here. Was on a very oversold signal, getting ready to turn up here. A breakout to all-time highs here for Microsoft is going to be a good potential buy signal for the stock and again lead to higher highs. But the question, of course, can Microsoft support the market all by itself? That answer is probably no. But again, the technical pattern here setup is very nice. We do get a breakout of this consolidation, trigger a money flow buy signal. Those are all kind of lining up here to expect higher prices over the course of the next couple of months. I'm your host, Lance Roberts, for 3 Minutes on Markets and Money with some stocks we're watching. What are you trading? We'll be back tomorrow.